Warning: this article contains spoilers for She-Hulk. Attorney-at-law.she Hulk. Attorney-at-Law finally supplied audiences with the highly anticipated Daredevil-centric episode, with episode 8 both proving fan concerns wrong and that the man without fear is in good hands going forward. Since the brief snippet of Daredevil was seen in the Comic-Con trailer for She-Hulk, audiences have been eager to see how his first full translation to the MCU would be handled after the short scene he had in Spider-Man: No Way Home. With She-Hulk though, the show promised something that No Way Home could not: Daredevil himself, and not just Matt Murdock. With Netflix's original show being one of the most acclaimed Marvel properties in the modern superhero era, despite Daredevil's canonicity to the MCU constantly being in doubt, audiences have wondered if the character's grounded, gritty Netflix tone would translate to the oftentimes more light-hearted, Disney-ran MCU. While the scene in Spider-Man: No Way Home was a nice surprise for those who knew the Netflix show, the scene was very brief and only offered a small look at Matt Murdock's MCU return, despite the accuracy of the character and Charlie Cox's reprisal of the role. With the release of the Comic-Con trailer, then, all eyes turned to She-Hulk. Attorney-at-Law for the next main installment in Daredevil's MCU resurgence. Given the natural tone of She-Hulk's show though, and the constant criticism of the MCU's more lighthearted feel, fan concerns and complaints about Marvel Studios not adapting Daredevil correctly ran rampant even before the Daredevil episode of She-Hulk was released. It's now safe to say that She-Hulk episode 8 has proven these fan concerns wrong and assuaged any prior criticism of the MCU's handling of Daredevil. If this episode is anything to go by, it is clear that the Devil of Hell's Kitchen has a promising future in the MCU. She-Hulk proves the MCU's Daredevil will work perfectly. One of the more acclaimed aspects of Netflix's Daredevil was the tone of the show and how the darker, gritty version of the character translated into its action scenes. There is no denying that the action in Daredevil is much more brutal than the majority of the MCU's action, being much more violent and bloody in nature. While She-Hulk episode 8 does not commit fully to the level of gory violence Netflix allowed for, Daredevil's fight scenes in the show were just as impressive if not as visually violent. Despite fears that the MCU and She-Hulk were going to make the character goofier and less serious to fit the tone of the show, Daredevil's fight scenes here proved that not to be the case. The nod to Daredevil's famous hallway sequences and the brutal, hard-hitting attacks of the man himself proved that Disney's Daredevil will still work in action. While still being accompanied by Marvel Studios' trademark quips and humor, the fight sequences proved that Daredevil's brutality is not lost in translation, no matter what show he features in. Another scene went the complete opposite direction, in that it was typical of a show as lighthearted as She-Hulk. The scene still proves that MCU version of Daredevil is in safe hands, despite its obvious lighthearted nature. The scene in question is Matt's walk of shame after sleeping with Jen, suited as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, yet barefoot walking through a suburban neighborhood. The visual was hilarious in its own right, yet most importantly did not compromise the character. The rest of the episode established Matt's character so well, continuing from where Netflix left off, that this scene was simply a very funny way of leaving Matt for his next MCU appearance. On top of all that, it perfectly fits Matt's character from the comics by exploring the comic relationship between Jen and Matt. All of this just goes to show that She-Hulk: Attorney-at-Law episode 8 has proven fan concerns wrong and has set Daredevil up for a promising MCU future. New episodes of She-Hulk release on Thursdays on Disney+. Want more She-Hulk articles? Check out our essential content below. She-Hulk Episode 7 Explosive Twist Ending explains She-Hulk Episode 7 MCU Easter eggs and references every way She-Hulk is different from Hulk in the MCU Phase 5 and 6 projects She-Hulk can return in key release dates Black Panther: Wakanda Forever release date 2022, 11/11 Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania release date. 2023-02-17, Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 release date. 2023-05-05, The Marvels Captain Marvel 2 release date. 2023-07-28, Captain America. New World Order release date. 2024-05-03, Marvel's Thunderbolts release date. 2024-07-26, Deadpool 3 release date. 2024-09-06, Marvel's Fantastic Four release date. 2024-11-08, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty release date. 2025-05-02, Avengers: Secret Wars release date. 2025-11-07.
I'm the strip.